Right. Hello everyone, I'm Loony Shoggoth, and I'm joined by the cast of Shadowrun, the Blighted Earth. So we have Nick playing Jinxter, the Troll Doctor, and Weaver of Magic. We have Leopold playing W, the Learned Scholar, who, as it turns out, is apparently dead. At least according to the official version. We have Rod, the Orcish gangbanger, known as Ock, and Chris, playing the elf hacker Ping, or more accurately, a rigger at the moment.
Well, got to expand into new horizons.
Okay, so to start off, I'm going to nick something from a. Oh god, what's his name? Dawnforged? That's the guy you sent me the YouTube link to, isn't it? I've been watching his Shadowrun campaign. So at the beginning of his sessions, he asks his players like a question to answer in character to kind of get them in the swing of things, and I'm going to attempt to do that. So we're going to start with you, Chris, if you could be so kind. What is a creature comfort that Ping could really use right now? As you're sitting in the Bulldog, rolling down the rain-slick streets of the Redmond Barrens, what could you really use right now?
Right now, I kind of wish I had like a nice flavored soy calf. I haven't had a drink for a while. Not since we, in fact, I don't think I even got that drink at the club in the end. I think we ended up just talking straight to Daisy. Yeah, could definitely use that soy calf.
Yep. And Jinxter, what's a creature comfort that you have a particular craving for right now?
Bar of chocolate.
In the cold reality of 2075, sugar is still produced.
Just want the chocolate.
I have an amusing image of a troll gnawing down on a chocolate bar. The cocoa staining his teeth. This bar is too small. Do you reckon that they must produce troll-sized chocolate bars?
Dairy troll. What every chocolate needs.
Could you just imagine? I'm just imagining like a scrawny human with red eyes and that kind of smell of fumes about them walks into a stuffer shack late night and goes over to the troll section and picks up a chocolate bar and walks to the counter, and the clerk goes, "Oh, are you entertaining guests?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I'm just really hungry."
Yeah. Just, I like, they don't cater for them so much so it's like, when you get king size,
yeah,
they've renamed them to troll sized.
Yeah, they're very progressive. Very progressive.
Yeah. Just troll sized bars. Or trog bars.
Whoa. Trog's a racial slur, man. You can't use that word. Only they can use that word.
Trog bars are like Yorkie bars. Chocolate only for trogs.
Foggy way.
And what's a creature comfort that Ock could really use right now?
Smash my fist right through someone's face. As I was denied that not so long ago on multiple occasions.
Your creature comfort is violence.
Maybe.
So back at your crib, did you have like a punching bag?
It's not quite violence. It's not quite violence. It's sharing of mutual contact with others.
Mutual contact with others. Oh god, the pain.
Yes.
Oh god, it's getting worse. Oh god, it's getting worse. You need to just shield your microphone from all noise. Thank you. And W, Leo, the person whose mic works quite perfectly. What creature comfort does W crave?
Well, W currently craves himself a good 36-year-old Tennessee whiskey. Eyes chilled.
And as you sit in the back...
Honestly, I thought you were going to say woman. I'm slightly disappointed.
I love a good Tennessee woman. 36 years aged. It's better than most of the Tennessees. It's not Tennessee, is it? It was Texas. That not minister. Who am I thinking of? The guy that was going up for office was accused of child abuse, and he didn't get into office.
He's just a paedophile.
Yeah, and he didn't get into office, and that was a talking story because everyone was like, "Well, he's going to get into office," and then he didn't get into office, and that was a thing.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, it's the Republicans."
Oh well. Anyway, moving away from that, as you're sitting in the back of the bulldog, matte black painted, the rain beats down on the roof, making a discordant melody, and in the distance you can see the bright flash of lightning. But on the radio, you hear the higher pitched squealings of a pop star known as Naru Ako, sponsored by the Mitsuhama Corporation. Her music is a upbeat, chirpy mix of what could be described as funky electro. And as this music reaches your ears, Bartholomew, how do you find it?
Bartholomew?
That would be Leopold.
I had my headphones on for a second. Could you repeat that, please?
So, as you're sitting in the back of the bulldog, the matte black paint job being patted by the rain, a discordant melody drumming on the roof, over the radio you can hear the music of Naru Ako, a corporate pop star sponsored by the Mitsuhama Computers Incorporated. It's a high-pitched squealing that could be likened to a combination of electro and funk. And as this music reaches your ears, Bartholomew, how do you feel about this?
I kind of look around the vehicle and kind of address my team and say, "What kind of dribble is that? That noise from the radio? What is that?"
It's what the tops in the city like, I guess.
Oh, can we turn it off or change channel?
I think it has a certain ring to it. Like Doc Rock, like the troll just starts like clicking his finger in time.
Well, maybe it's a cultural thing, but it is truly horrible.
Fine. I'll turn it over. I was just keeping it on for, well, it's kind of boring out here, don't you think?
Well, it's good that it's boring, because the action will soon come, I believe, once our dear old friend infiltrates the bloodletters.
Well, I kind of hope that the action doesn't come, because if it does, then he's going to be in quite deep.
Uh-oh, he knows what he signed up for. Well, I hope.
All right.
Ping switches the channel to some kind of smooth jazz.
You hear the wonderful stylings of a different band. The inaudible low tones and wailing accompanied by what can only be described as saxophone.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
So
Doc Rock just covers his ears going, no.
So as you cover your ears, Doc Rock, and your hands find the horny crenulations of your jutting bones. In the distance, you hear several loud cracks, and it takes a while before you realise it was actually a burst of gunfire, and not that of the lightning that fills the air. Would someone like to take it upon themselves, preferably not Rodrigo, to recap the events of the last session?
I nominate Christopher.
I second the nomination.
I like how I'm nominated.
You are a good nominee. Not Rod.
Rod, it's okay. We'll get there. Because right now you're like a data lag sort of thing.
I honestly, he's not there anymore. He's gone.
Oh my god!
I could just imagine that he's using the Baron's Matrix right now.
Oh yeah, the Redmond Matrix local area connection. Jesus, the noise level.
It's brilliant.
That was genuinely listening to a grater. Like listening to machinery would have been more pleasant.
Okay, so last session. It started off with us four unknown associates meeting up with each other. With a fixer whose name was Pete, who said he had a job for us. Easy job. Just had to go and get the details from our employer, Miss Daisy Duke, who is currently staying at the Hangar 49er, which is a nightclub at the airfield, which is part of the Mavericks gang territory. So after having had a sort of brief chat with Pete about how much money we'd get paid for this, we headed on over. And we found that the airfield wasn't really that good for traversal by van, considering the amount of people living there in ramshackle houses. You could call it a bit of a shanty town, perhaps.
Yeah.
But with a bit of deafness and a bit of paint scratching due to the van being overburdened by a troll and everybody else. We managed to get across to the nightclub. There we walked into a low-lit room filled with heavy music, sort of a thrum, you might say, and lots of people in a mosh pit. And worked our way through the crowds to find two guards stood near the stairs. I believe it was W, or was it Jinxter, who decided that was the correct way and asked for Daisy Duke. I forget.
I feel like that was Bartholomew.
I do feel like it was W. And
seems like the sort of thing he would do.
Upon hearing their name, her name, and that we were from Fixer Pete, they allowed us to pass to meet with this lovely woman whose skin was teeming with tendrils of wire. Obviously, combat reflexes used for taking out undesirables, considering there was a shotgun nearby. We had a pleasant conversation and managed to even get her to bump up the price that she would be paying us. Of course, only paid once the job is done, sadly. And it was after this that we huddled back to the van to find two people trying to break in.
And I'm sure that went well for them.
One was knocked out by his friend when we turned up.
Pretty sure I shot the other one.
The second one tried to attack us with a crowbar, I believe it was. However, he had a bit of a shock, followed by a sharp shot to his abdomen by our good friend the troll.
You often go around referring to your friends as the troll. Wow, racist much.
Doc Ock, rock. And once this was over, he decided to give the man medical attention. A couple of guards did show up to see what the fuss was about, but upon seeing it was a couple of, well, junkies trying to break into a heavy armored van, they just sort of nodded and walked away.
I mean, as you do, it's the Barons.
Yeah, I know. After which, we traversed back out from the airfield and began laying down our various different ideas for how to obtain the documents or knowledge that the person was after. That being the chemical formula for a new type of drug, which was controlled by the Bloodletters, who had been starting to expand their territory recently.
And of
a lot of gangs chagrin.
And of the plans, what had you settled on? As the van is pulled to a stop in an alleyway, concealed now by the dumpster you've pulled across.
The final plan is for Ock to try and infiltrate the gang, gain information, possibly try and obtain the plans, but not to push too hard if possible. Though whether he knows that or not, I cannot say. And also to send in the spy drone just to keep an eye on things.
Okie dokes. So, let's start then with Ock. As you exit the bulldog, the rain begins to pelt down upon you, and you see the scene which I described before. Pulverized cinder blocks and caked barbed wire make up the remains of this once industrious factory. Noxious smoke billows out of the southern end, and a trio of gangers sit atop the carcass of a Mitsuhama wagon. The rain pelts down against them, and they pull their thick red jackets close up to their faces as they peer out across the kind of smoky, cracked asphalt that lies betwixt you. What do you do, Orc?
Well, you said I heard the sound of what seemed to be gunfire, right?
As you were driving over here, yes.
Okay.
But not in the vicinity. No, this was prior to your arrival.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of through the rain. Is it very heavy rain?
It's particularly heavy. It's obscuring the view slightly, and it's pelting against you. It's not a cold rain. It's like a hot rain. It's making you very sweaty and damp underneath your clothing.
So first, I want to see if I can find some form of object to use as an umbrella.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least, if I'm wearing a coat, I just put it over my head just so I can get a bit more visibility, and I don't just have rain pelting down on my face.
Make an edge roll for me. So if you could roll 6 dice and tell me how many of them have come up 5s or 6s.
1, 2, 3. Wow. 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, 4 6s.
4 6s? Cool. So as you hop out of the van and you start walking towards these fellows, you see in the dumpster which your team has pushed to block the bulldog, you see a bull hat like Charlie Chaplin would wear, and a gentleman's umbrella.
Ooh.
A bit worse for the wear, but otherwise in good enough shape to resist the elements.
Blessing my luck, I'd probably take them out of the dumpster. I put on the hat, slowly, gently trying it on, seeing if it fits.
The hat is comically oversized. The hat is comically oversized, perhaps being intended for a troll or another type of metahuman. And as such, when you put it on your head, kind of reaches your ears and then just flops forward.
Perfect. That doesn't work.
You cut out completely there, Rod.
Oh, sorry. I put up the umbrella, and then, kind of being quite smug about my my new hat, I try and look at the puddle to see my reflection, but clearly there's no reflection in heavy rain, as there is a lack of light.
I mean, you look down at the puddle, and the umbrella just kind of flops off your head as it's so large, and splashes into the puddle at your feet.
Slightly sad, of course, but feeling more confident with this uptake on my looks, I head on over to our target, the Bloodletters building.
So,
Moving with strong precision, as if I know where I'm going, and as if, you know, I'm not trying to be sneaky about it. I'm just being like full frontal. I'm going, but not like too fast. I walk normally, not so fast that it looks threatening, and I'm going to attack them. But I walk normally to the building.
okay.
I'm going there, but I'm with a purpose.
So as you approach the abandoned factory, the trio of gang members that sit atop the wreck of the Mitsuhama wagon, one of them notices you and he points you out to his friends, and the trio hop down from where they are and begin walking over to you. You can't see if they've got any weapons on their person. But they are wearing rather large, thick red jackets, kind of like a cross between an ankle-length leather jacket or like that bomber jackets, the big puffy, the big puffy kind of jackets that you get for alpine conditions.
Yes.
And as they approach, one of them calls out to you and says, "Oi, chummer, what are you looking for?"
Alright, Chief. I'm looking for a job, yeah. I heard you guys are hiring. I just got fired from my last one.
Oh, you think... Jesus Christ. You think we're some corp, do you? I ain't got no job for you.
Words on the street, you're looking for muscle. I'm your orc.
Alright, so...
I'll beat you to the ground. Show you what I've got.
So I think this is an obvious, it's a charm, right? Look at me, I'm cool, I'm awesome. So let's see. I want you to make a social roll.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So let's see how good your social skills are. Do you have any social skills? You do not. Excellent.
I do not know the way.
So, do you have any charisma? Oh my good You are kidding me. You have -1s on all your social skills and a charisma of 1.
What the fuck?
Your effective dice pool is 0. Give me a second while I look up if there's a rule on having 0 dice.
Can I just roll edge?
Let me just.
It would be defaulting on a skill.
Yeah, which is -1 dice pool, and he has a dice pool of 1. So, hang on a second.
I know the way.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see. What am I looking for?
I wasn't supposed to charm them. I was supposed to come in and just...
Look, you'll probably have something happen to you. All right, let's see. There we go. We do this. Okay. So. Okay. Cool. So, unless you wish to spend edge to have this go off without a hitch, I'm going to say your attempt to ingratiate with them on words alone is a non-starter.
But I did literally say I'll fight you to prove.
Oh yeah. You're gonna get that happen. But if you're expecting them to be like, haha, yeah, you've got the Kuzmits, and they take you, and that's not going to happen. So, are you wanting to spend edge to have a roll?
I do not want to spend edge. I just want to punch my way through this.
Excellent, good choice. Right, so The guy who's talking goes, "You'll knock me to the ground, will you? Alright, lads, hold him down while I beat the shit out of this fella. He'll make some good chum bait." Please roll initiative.
Yay!
Yay! It's like listening to a musical chair. Hang on, I need to get some people for you to punch. So first off, your initiative is a d6 plus 6. So if you could roll at 1d6, that would be great.
I rolled 4.
You rolled a 2, so that's an 8. Boop -a -doo -doo -doo. Boop. And then we want one of these.
Rodrigo's fun does not know the way.
Does it? Oh wait, hang on. That moment when I realised I wasn't looking at his initiative, I was looking at the bad guy's initiatives. His initiative is 4 plus 1. His initiative's worse than their initiative. Where's the initiative coming from? Interesting.
Something tells me this is not going to go well for Rod.
Oh, of course not. He's going to get the shit kicked out of him, and it's going to be great. What am I looking for? 2. You breaking up there, Rodrigo?
I'm going to be honest. The background noise has improved, but he's still breaking up like a bloody crumbly biscuit.
Like somebody connected to the Matrix in the Barrens.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't say that. Oh no.
I don't want to be that guy, but like.
But we know that Nick will be that guy.
I will be that guy because I want Blighted to produce good content.
Alright.
Well, actually, your call. I said I'd respect your call.
I'll try and get through the combat, because by the end of the combat, I'll definitely know.
Okay.
Because if I get through this combat, and it's okay, I'll probably still call it. If it's bad, because you'll then have to talk. But on the bright side, if you get killed in this combat, then we can carry on. It's great.
Alright, so there we go.
Right. Right. So, you have scored an initiative of 6, Ok.
No, 10.
Wait, what did you roll?
6. 4.
Oh, okay. 8 is your initiative. Your bonus is only 4. I was feeding you a pack of lies. The enemies have received an initiative of 11, 10, and 7 respectively. The guy that's going to do the beating received the 10. The other 2 are moving forward in an aggressive manner as though to hold you tightly while their boss beats the shit out of you until you are no longer a threat. So, the first guy moves forward and bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 bum. I go and find the rules for grappling. Woo! Grapple rules. Yeah. I actually had them for last session. Remember that guy you tased and shot? All he was trying to do was, rob you. It's fine. Blah 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 blah. To resolve a melee test normally using the unarmed combat skill. Cool. Right. Do. There we go. Are you ready, Rodrigo, to be attacked by unarmed? Boop. Right. So one of the guys moves up to you. He lunges out, and he gets 4 successes on his unarmed combat. You need to resist it with your agility plus, I think it's intuition. Which for you, since I need to have your sheet open as well, God, Jesus, is 4 dice.
Only 4. Do I not have strength against the grapple?
This is just to avoid it completely. It's reaction plus
okay.
intuition.
4 dice.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 4, a 1, a 5, so 1 5 die, and 1 success.
1 success. So he manages to get a hold of you, and then he will compare his strength plus net hits against your physical limit. Wonderful. The attacker's strength plus his net hits, which is 3, so 7, versus your physical limit, which is 9. Okay.
Plus armor.
No, just against your physical limit. So if the attacker grapples and immobilizes the defender. Okay, so what happens is he grabs onto you, and he manages to get a hold of you, but you're too big for him to subdue this easily.
Yeah.
So he just is holding you at the moment. And we're going to say that his presence is a hindrance to any ongoing fight, and you have a -2 because he's holding you. But until there is some more muscle mass, i.e. his buddy helps out, you're not actually immobilized by this. And you've cut out, haven't you?
He has.
Right then. So we are going to call it at the end of this combat.
I'll be honest, I feel like we should just call it, because like this is getting really painful.
Hang on, is there... No, yeah, we'll call it. Because otherwise we'll just be sitting... We're gonna call it here, Rod. Thanks for showing willing, and hopefully when you get back we can conclude this beating up on you. We'll note that the first dude has grabbed you, and you are operating at a -2.
Sad times.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I use him as a human shield?
You can attempt to turn the action against him, but that's something we can look at when you get home, Rod.
Alright.
Okay.
Bye bye, guys. I'm sorry.
Thank you for trying. Thank you for trying.
It's not your fault, buddy. It's not your fault.
And if you've been watching the stream, sorry for this abortive attempt at Shadowrun. It will continue at some point in the future, later today. In the meantime, we will be playing Heroes of the Storm, so feel free to join us for that in a bit. Bye bye for now.
Well, below 4G is 3G, below 3G is E, and below E is H. Below H is, well, no reception.
I didn't even know there was a H. I only get E or no reception.
Did you not?
No, I didn't.
My phone's on H all the time.
Really?
Weird thing about iPhones is I don't think they go to H. iPhones only pick up 3G, 4G, and E. I'm pretty sure though.
I mean, as far as I've ever seen on my iPhone, I've only had 4G, 3G, or E, or no signal.
Is yours an iPhone?
He did just.
It is an iPhone, yes.
My iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. So those three only. Oh, the iPhones only ever get those. Androids get the other ones as well.
Oh, also Nick checked Discord for a present.
Right.
Discord.
For the PDF.
The present from the
Right.
Chris. The
So,
Discord.
you're up against these three bloodletters. They're wearing the big ass red Parker jackets. You've approached them asking to be recruited, and they gave you the hard line. So you're laying the smackdown upon them. One of them's gone in to grab you, and he's managed to get a pretty good hold of you, but against your mighty muscle, he's just not got enough body mass to hold you down with the grip he's got. Of course, that might change if he manages to get a better grip or twist you out of position, but for the moment he's ancillary to the fight, hanging from you.
Okay.
So that guy's acted. You're at a -2 as long as he's attached to you, but you're not immobilized or anything, which is what happens if he does manage to grapple you. Then the dude who was talking and who's told these two guys to hold you down, he comes up to you and goes for a punch to your gut. So you're going to be avoiding an attack. Boop boop. Unarmed. Fist to the face, which is shit. skill, unarmed. Right, there we go. Pow! So he gets 1 success. If you can roll defense, which is reaction plus intuition.
What? It's not like physical and armor? When does that come into play?
Well, this is you trying to avoid the attack, bearing in mind you've got the -2.
Reaction plus intuition.
Yeah. There's a defense button on your sheet. There should be.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you scroll past damage track, there's a defense, and you'll see you've got 2. One is dodge and one is soak. Yep. So you want to roll your dodge at -2.
Damage track. Oh, there it is. Defense.
Yep.
Roll -2, right? -2 modifier.
Yes. 0 successes. So he lands his fist against you with 1 net success. Unarmed. I actually have to go and find what the damage for an unarmed fist is. You've got an unarmed fist. What's your damage? Because I think it's something strength modded.
I have skills. Where is it? Damage. I actually know where it is. Equipment?
I mean, you're going to be needing it, so let's see if we can find the damn thing.
Unarmed. 2 plus 9 plus 8?
What? That's not that's not helpful. Okay, let's have a look in skills.
I'm sorry,
Unarmed.
man.
That's not
this
useful.
Is specialization. This is also specialization. Yay.
Is this you realizing you have your unarmed specialization? Your
do.
fighting style.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Nah. Stupid PVF. Come on. It's always the simple stuff like, what is the damage of a fist?
Damage of a fist is the damage of a nux minus the nux.
Yeah, but what's the nux, man? What's the nux? Screw this.
099 supposedly for me.
187. Cool. Strength. Okay, cool. Excellent. Right, there we go. Found the damn thing. So, he's inflicting 5 points of damage on you. Could you make a resistance roll? 5 points of... So, his strength is 4, and he got 1 success. So he hits you for 5 points of damage, and then you do your...
Armor plus...
Yeah, it's a soak roll. It's on your main, next to where the dodge button was.
Soak 20. Wow. Okay. Minus anything?
Nope. Cool. So he slams his fist into your guts, and your whole body shakes as you feel it go through you. But with the 7 successes you've got, you don't take any trauma. Your turn. So you've got this one blood letter hanging off your arm, and the other one's just wailed his fist into you. What do you do?
All right. I'm just gonna absolutely smack the guy that was grappling me at the moment. I'm just gonna go smack.
Yep, go for it.
All out on him. Just absolutely beat his face silly.
Go for it. Make an unarmed attack roll.
Equipment. I think it's this.
Right. So you have managed to get 8 successes. So you slam your fist into him. This dude who's hanging off your body, obviously he's going to avoid being... did you have your -2 in there? Because he's hanging off you.
Oh, no, I didn't. Let me
re-roll that then, with 2 less.
Oh, what?
Wow, that is... It's a shame.
What?
So your 1 success on your unarmed attack roll against him.
Can we just say -2 successes?
Tell you what, roll a d6.
really
If
well.
it's 4 or better, we'll say it's 6. If it's 3 or less, we'll keep the reroll.
Oh dear. Okay, /1d6. Yes!
Cool. So with 6 successes, he's going to easily dodge out of the way of your hocus pocus. So he gets 3 hits. So you have a net 3 hits against him. From your 6 successes minus his 3 successes,
Okay.
you've got 3. And your strength is 8. So you're going to be inflicting 11 points of damage against him. So, he, not wanting to take 11 points of damage, will roll to absorb. He soaks 4, and therefore takes
7.
7.
Leo, he's an orc. Like,
Yeah, but
8 is a normal amount of strength for an orc.
Cool. So, the first thug that's hanging... Yeah, he's still grabbing you. You slam your fist into him, and you catch him on the jaw. You hear something crack under your finger, and he, like, staggers. And he goes, "Oh, bloves! He's still got an arm free! Grab it!" And the other one moves in to grab your other arm. So he'll do the same thing. He's going to try and grapple you. So here we go. Here's the grapple, and he like goes in to grab you, and you basically just manage to. What do you do? Like twist or like push him away?
I just put the guy that's currently grappling me in front of him, like.
Cool.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then everyone has 0 initiative, except for one guy, the first guy to grab you. He has 1 point of initiative left. Isn't he happy?
wait, what?
So for every increment of 10 initiative, you essentially get another turn in the turn order. So he, having been punched quite brutally in the face, attempts to double down on his grapple of you. So he's going to grapple you. Could you make a defense roll at -2?
Is he gonna extra grapple me? Is that how it
So
works?
he's got 3 successes on you at the moment, and any successes he can get here, he'll add to his pool of successes that he's got going against you.
Oh, my defense is really bad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. Right, so that's 1 extra success on him. So he has strength of 4, and now has 4 net successes, so he has 8 against you. Your physical limit is 9, which is the threshold that he needs to beat to finish grappling you. So he's still just hanging on, and you feel him like twist your arm, and he's starting to get, control of your body, but you can see he's not doing too well. And then everyone rolls initiative again. So if you click on your token and roll initiative.
Initiative every round.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I need to up my whatever it is, my initiative.
Reaction intuition.
Isn't there like some sort of talent that just doubles my initiative? I mean,
Yeah, you actually heightened reflexes. There are adept powers. There are powers which give you extra die on your initiative. I think it's improved reflexes or something.
Where is the initiative button now?
So on your sheet, in the main section, it's below defense, physical initiative. Just click your token and roll it up.
Yes!
And click your token and then the button. But well done. So you've got 10. So going down the initiatives, you're first. So Ock, this guy's hanging off your arm, and you can feel your shoulder joint twisting as blood drips from his jaw. What do you do?
So how do I counter grapple?
So you can grapple him, in which case he would be the subject of your grapple, or, and here's a strong or, punch him again, because he's probably not going to survive another shot to the face.
I wanna punch him again.
Good choice. Good choice.
Oh, it feels good to punch things, but I know I was honestly expecting to down the guy in one hit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly peeved. Only slightly peeved that he didn't go down in one hit.
Well, you should need to do better. So
Ock is slightly annoyed at this. I'm not gonna lie. -2, right? -2. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah!
Cool. So he's obviously going to resist this effect upon him. Boop. So with 5 net hits and a base damage of 8, you are dealing 13 points of damage. He resists 4, so that takes him out of the fight. Describe to me how you prevent him from being an active combatant.
Yes! Ah, so good.
So what does it look like?
I lift the guy with my arm, and then I kind of grab his stomach, and I smash him into the ground with all my strength. Oh, glorious.
He like crumples up, and you see the guy who's about to slam his fist into your gut. Like, there's a moment of pause as he is thinking to himself. Roll charisma. So 1 dice.
I was gonna say I wanted to go like, but charisma. Is this like an intimidation or what?
No, this is just to see whether he thinks you've got the bujmus or whether he thinks the guy that you pounded was a schmutz.
Do I gain any modifiers for
Nope.
absolutely just shrekking this guy?
Nope. Just 1 die. I know, because your charisma is 1. Just be glad I'm not making you roll a skill. So this guy's gonna pound you. So he sizes you up, and he says, "Not bad. You're gonna need to do better." And he swings his fist at you, which you easily manage to avoid. Is that a glitch? No, it's not a glitch. Okay, he's lucky. The other one, however, does try to grab a hold of you. So he moves.
Oh,
Yeah, and he'll do better this time. See,
freaking lackeys.
if you can do a defense test, please. You do not have the -2 anymore because there is no one hanging off you.
Oh,
So
yes!
2 versus 2. He manages to get his hands on you, but he doesn't manage to get a grip, and you easily move your shoulder, and he moves past you. And then it's the end of the turn, and fresh initiatives. So click your token and roll an initiative.
Wait, I got 10 though.
10 minus 10 is 0.
Above 10. For every initiative above 10, I see.
10 minus 10 is 0, meaning that you would have a non-turn. Yes!
I understand.
Mr. Grapple has 11.
No. I rolled my max last time.
Come on, Rod, you can do it. I believe in you. I have faith.
9.
Cool. So, as you this guy moves past you, he gets behind you and he goes in to grab you again. Do 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 do. Which is for him. It's his unarmed combat attack. So he gets a single success as he tries to grab you. Perhaps there's a note of fear in him, because as you spin round to get him away from you, he quickly backs up. What is your agility plus reaction? Actually, no. Wait, there is an order for this. It's Eric. What's your edge? 6. You go first.
Yes.
So, no, there is literally a rule for breaking ties on initiative. Edge,
I know.
reaction,
I will
intuition.
punch the guy that's trying to grapple me.
Go for it.
Oh, yes.
I'm just loving the fact that our orc has 6 edge.
Yeah, he is. He has a crap
I'm
of
on
edge.
level 1. I went as my number 1. I was like, I'm a number 1 orc. Numero uno.
Numero uno. So, roll up your attack.
Yes!
8 successes. A mighty blow against this bloodletter. Luckily, however, he knows the truth of matters and rolls a dodge. Boop.
And failed.
Getting 1 success, giving you a net of 7, plus your 8 for damage is a incoming attack of 15. He'll roll to soak. He soaks 4 and takes 11 points of damage. So describe to me how you one punch this dude.
I kind of look at him as he's just trying to back off, And I'm giving that look of get over here, and I just absolutely smack my fist in. I get close to him and I just punch my fist through his face, breaking his teeth and jaw on the way.
He gives out like a as he falls to the ground. Please roll a charisma roll with 2 situational bonus die.
Screaming all the while. Come on, fail.
Is
I
that
want
3?
0 successes. I want 0 successes. Come on, I want to take this guy out. Yes, just one.
Just 1 success. Okay, so the gentleman who was punching you repeatedly takes like a couple of steps back as you decked his 2 lackeys, and like opens his coat, and this is the moment of dramaticism as we see the thunder crash in the background, and then you hear the roll of thunder, and then the deafening roar of a pistol firing at short range, the crack tearing asunder the sky, and you hear him say, "That's enough!" as he like shakily holds the pistol in your direction. You can obviously tell he hasn't tried to shoot you, but he's fired off one.
Okay, Blase, how what are my chances of soaking a bullet?
Dude, your soak is pretty powerful. You could probably take a bullet and live.
I'm decking him. I don't care.
Okay. Right, so in this situation, I think another initiative. He used his turn to like threaten you. I'm going to have him roll intimidation, actually, against you as his action. Yeah. So could you please roll composure? I wonder, is the composure? It is there, composure. It's on the main sheet. It's charisma plus willpower.
But I think I have something for this. 1 second. So that's my roll, but I think I have something for this.
If you do, it would probably be one of your positive qualities.
I haven't taken damage yet, have I?
No, you have not.
Right, so I won't be going berserk anytime soon. Where is it? Magic? Is it in magic? No. Is it in...
Is it your mental spirit?
So the mental spirit doesn't help you here. You have no quality, and none of your adept powers, I believe, do it.
That's what I'm. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
No, that's correct. 2 successes.
Cool. So, as you prepare to deck him, the threat of the pistol gets your blood pumping, and you get that kind of adrenal surge in you that makes your hands start to shake and tremble as you prepare yourself to take him out. So, because he rolled intimidation and got 3 successes and you got 2, you have -1 for the next combat round.
Right.
You obviously don't shit your boots and not engage him. You are, after all, a seasoned ganger. But the sudden escalation, makes you, trepidatious. And he beats you in initiative. So...
Wait, wasn't that his turn? Intimidation?
That was his previous turn.
He just rolled 9 for initiative.
I thought he did the pop shot.
The pop shot was the intimidation. He intimidated you by firing his gun.
I see.
And then you decided, right, we're going to take him out. So I was like, okay, so what would have his turn been if the combat is continuing? So he's going to shoot you. I'm just going to check real quick. So
totally reasonable. I'd shoot me too.
Because I believe he can aim. Can he fire twice with this gun? Is it semi-automatic? It is semi-automatic. He's going to... Yeah, he's going to burst fire you, I think. Is it? Where is it? In little table. I want a table. Give me a table. I want a table. Smelly. There we go. Single shot. Semi-automatic. Semi-automatic burst is a complex action which gives -2 and fires 3 bullets. Cool. There we go. And his recoil compensation is his strength, so he would get a -2 to shoot. Okay, so seeing how resistant you are to, being beaten up, he wastes no time in letting off a volley of 3 bullets in your direction. Unfortunately, he can't control all the recoil, so he gets a -1. So gets 1 point free for firing, and then 1 from his strength. He's fired 3 bullets, so it's -1. Bam, 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 bam! Gets 2 successes. You have a -2 on your defense roll because he's firing 3 bullets. So if you could please defend against his bang bang.
Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Where's my character?
My baby shot me down. Bam, wham, wham, wham.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. You've got a crap ton of. Oh, gee. So you get hit. Excellent. So the damage is 8 plus the 2 for his net successes against you, and you need to roll to resist that 8 damage. Well, 10 at -1. You have 1 point of armor penetration against you.
So I have a soak of 24. 1 second, but let me just check everything's there because I don't know if everything is on there. So Mentor Spirit is there. Good. Mystic Armor is not on here. I need to give Mystic Armor. Sorry.
That moment when you're like, I need my Mystic Armor.
Hey!
Your Mystic Armor's here.
I know, but I need to add it.
It's 1.2 rating. Yeah.
I need to add it to my soak.
Yeah, you should do that.
Which is, how much do I have in Mystic
2.
Armor?
See, I know that because I just checked. Yeah, yeah. Cool. And make sure to tick on. Yep.
So if I go back to, I have 26 soak. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Against 10 at AP1.
-1, right?
-1. Yep. Drum roll. 9 successes. You take a point of damage. So take 1 stun damage.
Oh, I'm irate!
So because your armor from your armor jacket is 12, and you only took 10 points of damage with -1 AP, you have 11 armor. So this bullet gets stopped by the Kevlar mesh of your jacket, and the damage you take is not physical; it's stun. So it's basic.
Oh.
You know when you get shot by a gun and you're wearing a bulletproof vest, you still get a massive bruise.
You get that ouch impact.
Yeah, yeah. So you get hit with a trio of bullets and you stagger back a half step. Take 1 stun damage. Your turn.
Oh. How do I take 1 stun damage?
Just in your damage tracks, put 1 in the stun box.
Okay. Glorious. Okay, so now I'm gonna dick him.
No, you're not, mate. It's your turn. Go ahead.
I'm gonna dick him, and I use Killing Hands.
No.
Dick him.
I think. Let me see what hits more.
Killing Hands does the same damage as your basic punch, but it does it as physical rather than stun. Killing Hands literally just turns your damages into a lethal.
I Killing Hands.
Go for
Do
it.
I get a -1 because of
You do.
intimidation?
You are intimidated. Yes.
For
Oh, 4 successes. Oh, he's easily going to dodge out of the way of this pitiful assault on his person. It's fine. Don't worry. Look. See, he does this. 1 success. So you managed to hit him for 11 damage, which he is going to roll to soak. Boop. 4 successes. You inflict 7 points of damage onto him. So you don't take him out, but you do a grievous wound, as though he were shot with a 45 ACP round out of a handgun. What's it look like? What do you do to him?
I punch him just straight in the chest, and I'm assuming for for cinematic purposes, crunch through his armor, like pound into his his chest.
Oh yeah, you feel the soft Kevlar weave of whatever he's got on like give way, and you feel the crunch of a rib breaking. Okay, so roll initiative again. So Packer, go home, you fool. And if you notice now, he has a wound penalty to his initiative because he's injured.
Oh.
Yes, the character sheet's rather good on this. You won't, I believe, because you've only got 1 point of damage at the moment.
Which is stun.
Oh, what?
I mean, that doesn't matter much. So, on his turn,
can I roll edge? Can I use edge to reroll?
Yes, you can. You can interrupt with edge to basically say I go first. If you spend a point of edge, you can say I go first this combat.
But I don't. If I gain it back at the end of what? How do I gain edge back?
I think it's like time passing in game or you doing something particularly epic.
How much time in game? Like roughly what? Like
I think it's like a day.
So like fate points then, sort of.
Yeah, kinda. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. You've got plenty of edge. It's not like you're ever going to need it. Don't worry.
I wanna use edge to go first.
Cool. So you're first. What'd you do?
I take one of my edges, right? I take one of them.
Yep. You go boop.
Boop. Okay. And I punch him with killing hands again.
Nah, mate. It's not going to work.
Do I have a -1 now?
No. That combat turns over, and you clearly have the upper hand now. You're no longer intimidated by the brief display. He attempts to dodge, but his prior injuries mean that he's not going to be very effective at that, so he gets 3 successes to your 5. He's actually not too bad on that front. And then soaks 5 damage, meaning he takes 8. You kill the man. How do you do it?
I punch him right through the place in the middle where I cracked his armor, and I stick my hand right through his chest, making it come all the way back, and I kind of wiggle my fingers out like...
He gawks at you.
Moment where you're like holding his heart.
No, that's too brutal. I'm not that mean. I mean, there'd be no heart left. I just kind of smashed my way through, you know.
Make for the future, we always use plan A, send Rod through the front door.
And before he dies, I go, I guess I'll be taking your position now.
His eyes go wide, and he like goes as he like slides off your hand. You see that one of the thugs on the ground like is rolling over in pain, and he like overhears this exchange as he like lolls his arm out.
I put my I pick him up, like I pick him by his chest and I hoist him up.
Yep.
And I go, you got a problem with that? Or am I your boss now?
Yeah, boss.
I set him down, I pat him off, and I go, good.
You set him back down, and he just like collapses onto the ground again. He like
keep him steady.
You steady him, and he like you feel that the moment you take your hands off him, he's just gonna collapse. He hasn't got the strength in him to stand right now.
I kind of pick up the other guy, and because he's unconscious, I sack of potatoes him. But before that, I take the boss's ID off him, you know.
So you bend down, rifle through his pockets, and pull his comlink out. Yep.
And then I pick up the other guy, and I'm like, so my name's Uck. What's yours? Since we're going to be working together now, I'd like to know who's in the crew.
You hear a kind of murmured mumble that suggests that he's not particularly coherent right now.
So which way to the base?
An arm lazily points towards the ruined factory in the distance.
All right, off I go.
And as you begin walking that way, the blood running down your hand and dripping in the rain puddles at your feet, we pan back and we see the exterior of the Bulldog. And I believe we probably see a ping preparing her little the spy fly, right?
Spy fly.
And I think that's probably where we'll pick it up from next time.
No, that sounds good.
When we have full attendance. So if you've been watching, thanks for watching. It's been Radoshun, the Great Escape from the bus. And yeah. Ta-ta for now.
You don't want to call it the punching.
The fucking punching. It's like, how much damage does a bullet do? Can I soak a bullet? Yes. Very much yes.
How much damage do my fists do? More than a bullet?
I mean, once you've got decent armor, the issue is not how much damage a single thing's going to do. It's like it all kind of piles up on you.
Okay.
Yeah. You took a point of stun damage, you see? Yeah.
I'm really upset, Rod, that you didn't literally go when you'd finished the fight. Go, hi, my name's Spaghetti.
I was kind of expecting that.
Spaghetti! Josh killed Spaghetti!
I was really expecting the Spaghetti memes.
No! Spaghetti's dead! He will never come back!
We must bring him back.
No!
It is too late for Spaghetti.
And replace him.
Oh yeah. Any users?
I would
Bye-bye
really
for
love
now.
it.